Hello, everyone. Very good evening. How are you guys? This is Dr. Meghna, and as promised, we are here with our live session where we are going to talk about, and I'm going to introduce you about neurodancing that we have launched and what it is all about, who can get benefited out of it, when this will happen. I'm going to share all these details with you guys. So stay tuned. I'll just wait for 5 more minutes for everyone to join the live, and then we will start today's live session. So Arun Giri is there. Hello, hello, Mr. Arun Giri. So we are live on Instagram at the same time on YouTube at the same time. So pretty excited as we are doing this after a long time, and really looking forward to take up questions and discuss all the things about neurodancing. Hello. Okay, so let's get started with neurodancing. What exactly it is and why I'm talking about it now. So, guys, if you are watching me or listening me for the first time, let me introduce myself to you. I'm Dr. Meghna Dave. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called as HealthQ Rehab. HealthQ Rehab is majorly a physiotherapy company, and we are a digital physiotherapy service company where we are trying to help people suffering. Hello, Ashini. Thank you so much for joining. So, we are trying to help people suffering from various movement related disorders to move better in their life. We are not into a very hardcore, advanced rehabilitation, nor we are into a fitness. We are majorly trying to help someone navigate from a problem to reaching to their active lifestyle goal. That's what is the key motto or motive behind introducing different programs that we run on the space. So many of you who watch our YouTube videos would have known that we create a lot of content around facial paralysis, stroke, Parkinson's disease, cerebral palsy, Bell's palsy, etc. And while working with a lot of people suffering from these disorders, what I have observed is there are four key issues that an individual faces when it comes to movement. And these key issues, if are addressed, your ability to function, your ability to move better gets over and over better over a period of time. So, what are these four issues that I have identified? So, whenever an individual, or else let's say you, suffer from a health problem that impacts your mobility, your ability to move independently or function independently, at first place will be related to your muscular level symptoms. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. So, either you might have a pain in a muscle or else in a joint, or else you might have some sort of stiffness in your joint or muscle, right? Or else you feel that if you are suffering from any neurological disorder, then you will observe that the muscle tone or there is something wrong in your muscle that doesn't allow your muscles to move independently. It could be in the form of stiffness, which in medical terms we call it spasticity, or else it could be in the form of weakness, which in medical terms we call as flaccidity, where your muscle is very floppy, or else your muscle is too tight. Either case, or else it could be somewhere in middle. Sometimes your muscle feels too tight, sometimes your muscle feels too weak, right? And it shifts over and again, right? So this is what comes when it comes to your muscular problem. Okay, this causes lot of difficulty in terms of movement in your case. So let me give you an example. Let's say if you are suffering from back pain, you will observe that there is certain level of stiffness that is present in your muscle. Now this was about a muscular problem, right? Let me talk about a neuro problem. Let's say if you're suffering from stroke or Parkinson's disease, or let's say you have facial paralysis, you will observe there's some problem with a muscle. It's not moving, it's not strong enough. So there is a problem with a muscle that needs to be addressed. Okay, so this was number one problem that comes on the place. The second problem comes is in your habits. Now, when I say habit, the way you sit, the way you stand, the way you walk, the way you sleep, your posture plays a very crucial role. Somewhere, due to lack of movement, due to lack of awareness, due to some problem, our posture gets hampered. And this hampered posture impacts your ability to function independently. Okay, so that is the second problem that comes on the way. The third problem that comes on the way is lack of proper exercise or else lack of proper formation. So sometimes you are not able to do your exercise the way you want to because of pain or some sort of discomfort, or else sometimes when you do the exercise they are so extreme that you end up in injury, right? So there is an extreme to each end. And last but not the least is your coordination of movement. So how coordinatedly or how rhythmically you are able to move, right? Whether you have pain or not, whether you have neurological disorder or not, you need all these four areas. You need a good muscular function, you need a good posture, you need certain level of physical mobility, and you need good coordination to move better. This ensures that you stay away from all the aches and pains. This also ensures that if you're suffering from any sort of neurological disorder, you are able to come out of it, or else you are able to work on it. Okay. Or third thing, you are also able to function well because of this. So this is what happens when you are suffering from any of the disorder. And if you want to get out of this, if you want to stay more functionally active, right, then the challenge that comes on the way is, if you go to gym, the exercises are so intense that you can't do those level of fitness exercises. Or else, let's say if you join a general yoga class, the exercises are very fast, the asanas are very intense, and you just end up missing out on a lot of activities. So this has been a personal observation in my practice while working with patients of different segments. And that's why what I've realized is that if we are able to make sure that your muscle tone stays in proper position, if your posture stays corrected, if you do a basic certain level of physical activity, at the same time, if you are able to work on your balance and coordination, you would be able to stay functionally active for a very long period of time. Okay, despite you suffering from a health condition or not. Okay, that's not all. When you do these physical activities for a long period of time, what also happens is you work on your brain level. Now see, I'm a neurophysiotherapist, so everything that I do know, somewhere I connect it to the brain levels, like how the central nervous system is reacting to it, is responding to it. And what I've observed is that whenever you suffer from a health condition or health disorder, it is, whether it's a musculoskeletal problem or not, it is going to have an impact on your central nervous system or else on your brain. Hi Parth, surely I'll take your question in a moment. Let me just finish this part. So it will have an impact on your brain, and that's why doing an exercise that comprise all this level plays a role. And that's where I have designed something called as Neurodance. Neurodance is not a rocket science, it's a framework that majorly addresses these four issues. So, if an individual, if you are someone who is beyond 35 of age, if you want to stay physically active, functionally active, you need to do certain level of exercises. Everybody will agree to this, right? But the problem is, if we go for strength training alone, if we go for flexibility training alone, or if we go for cardio training alone, it will not suffice the purpose. You have to mix and match all of this. And if you mix and match, right, and you combine that with your coordination activities, it improves your functionality furthermore. That's why the neurodance is majorly a combination of two things. Number one, cardio, and an overall pain free workout. At the same time, doing an exercise which is tweaking your brain, which we call as brain gym exercises. So this is the combination of exercises that I have formed, which is a 40-minute session. In this 40-minute session, we start on a beat of music with a very basic simple cardio activity, followed by light stretches, followed by strengthening exercises, followed by we come on to something called as brain gym exercises. When we all do all of them, then we get a combined effect or as combined benefit of better health functioning. So this is what is Neurodance all about, and I'm here to announce this to you. So we had an offline launch last week on Saturday, which we have started, and we are very pleased that we have got some of the Parkinson's disease patients who are going to work with us. on this, and they are hoping that they will be able to elongate their surgeries, because these patients have been actually prescribed surgery, and we want to help them to delay this surgery process as much as possible. And we are also launching an online module for this, and group session, where any individual who is suffering either from stroke, Parkinson's disease, vertigo, or else if you are a senior citizen who is above 50 years of age and who wants to improve your balance and flexibility, you can join this online module and experience neuro rehab by yourself. And as a bonus, if you sign up, reach out today itself. So I we will be after this, we will be just sharing our contact details. If you reach out to us today, you will get 3 days of free access to this group online class. This group online class is going to be on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays morning 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. And it will be absolutely free for everyone who signs up today. And you will be getting many additional bonuses, which you will get to know once you join them. So very excited and grateful that we have got this opportunity to work on neurological disorders like Parkinson's disease, stroke, and we are hoping that we will be able to bring a lot of positive impact in people's life. So that was an important announcement that I want to make today in this live. So now I would like to take some questions which I had got on Instagram, which has been asked by Parth Joshi. Ma'am, can you tell us about tele rehab and approach of physiotherapist for the same? Okay, so this is more physio oriented question. I'm not sure how do I answer this, but tele rehab to me is a very powerful tool that improves the compliance of an patient. It solves a lot of compliance related challenges that the patient faces just because they can't physically be present always. And it gives an opportunity for a patient to practice anywhere the services they want to avail, they can avail it. So very good, very important aspect, and I think it's the future, and it's going to be there for a very long period of time. And the way physiotherapists should approach to it, I would say, don't alone stick on to one approach, that okay, I'll only do tele rehab. You might face a lot of limitations there. Be open to accept all these aspects, because when you combine all of them, then you get a lot of benefits working with the similar patients. You can work with a single patient for a long period of time if you adopt tele rehab approach. I hope this answers your question. All right, so now the next question is, can Bell's palsy fix? It's been 4 years now. Okay, so this is Bell's palsy related question. See, Bell's palsy, if has crossed a year's timeline, then it cannot be 100% cured. Having said that, you should still work on rehabilitating your facial muscles, because when you exercise them, the power of neuroplasticity works, and the muscles that are not functioning, or the muscles that are weak, right, they will adopt new movements on the face, right, and it will make easy for you to function. All right, so exercises are important. Having said that, it will not fix your Bell's palsy, but it will definitely improve your facial movement. So I hope cooking with Gupshup, I have answered your question. Any other question anybody would like to ask me? Okay, who out of all would love to join Neurodance session? If you can just raise a thumbs up. Okay, Parth Joshi has asked, ma'am, can I have more clinical knowledge by seeing some neuro cases in person at your clinic? I am a third year BPD student. Of course, Parth, you can definitely reach out to us. You can just DM us and we will take it forward. We are open to give exposure to any physiotherapist who wants to explore different horizons. We, as HealthQ Rehab, are exploring 4 different aspects of physiotherapy delivery, 4 different modalities of physiotherapy delivery. Number one is online. Number two is offline, which is at center. Number three is home care. And the fourth one is the group online therapy. So we have all 4 modules now available. And we are open to work with physio students and physio interns who want to get first hand experience in all these aspects. So any physio student, feel free to DM. And please attach your resume something that you have done uniquely differently, or that shows that okay, this is what is your passion about. Then your chances of getting into any of the project will double up. So please feel free to reach out. Hi Saida, thank you so much. uh, all right, thank you so much, Parth. All right, anybody else would like to ask any question? You can ask me anything related to Parkinson's disease, stroke, Bell's palsy, uh, multiple sclerosis, rehabilitation, anything. Okay. All right. So I would also like to let's make this live little more interesting. So I'm going to give you one brain tweaking exercise today. Just try to do by yourself and see how much you're able to do. This will ensure that you understand the concept of coordination exercises little more better. Okay. So let's do this. Let's keep your hand, make a fist like this. Now what you have to do, you have to open a thumb and you have to open a little finger. Okay, and then you have to close and do this again like this. How fast you are able to do this. Now if you're a beginner, you will observe that first time it will be little difficult for you to do it, but as you start practicing, this becomes easy. For a beginner it is difficult, and that's what happens when you start doing brain gym or brain tweaking exercises. Those are difficult, but you are working on your brain. It improves your cognitive abilities, it improves your mental sharpness, it improves your coordination, and it improves your overall health functioning. Now someone who is suffering from Bell's palsy can also try this exercise doing dual movements. So surprise and smile together. Now, this looks a very simple task, right? But if you're suffering from Bell's palsy and do this, it might be difficult for you. If you're suffering from Parkinson's disease and do this, these extreme contractions might be difficult for you. But when you practice this again and again, you will observe that it starts getting better and better over a period of time. That's the beauty of practice. That's the beauty of neuroplasticity. And we as individuals, all we need to do is adopt that beauty of neuroplasticity into our day to day practices. And that's is the key concept, the core behind neurodance that I was talking about. Great. So I was just waiting for the question, and that's why I just thought of adding this small activity in middle. Great. So I think I have answered all the questions that were there. Anyone interested to join neurodancing session, feel free to reach out to us. Our phone number is 960 640 2843. So I'll just type in here 960 640 2843. Feel free to reach out. I'm finding it difficult to memorize the different types of gates. Okay. Okay, Parth. So for this, you might have to connect with us separately, because memorizing is there are different ways to do that. Finding mnemonics is one way of doing it, or else finding patterns or creating framework is another way of doing it. So you can see what are the framework in which you can fit, and then you can memorize. Second is the things that are most difficult. If you break those concepts into different questions, then it will be easy for you to come up with an answer. For example, let's say if you are trying to learn three different type of gait patterns, right? Ask, close those things and just see what are the challenges or what I'm not able to remember in gate patterns. Try to reverse your question. Okay, instead of asking okay what are the different types of gate pattern, what happens in these different type of gate pattern, what are the pathophysiology, all of these things, right? So instead of that, you can tweak or reverse your question. What am I not able to understand in gate pattern? Then you will be able to find an answer to this. So I hope, Path, that helps you to understand. And for the Instagram you viewers, if anyone wants to join neurodance session, I'm just again inserting this. Please DM us and we would be able to reach out to you, and we'll be able to kind of give you access to our neurodance session. Hi Mansi, thank you so much for joining. Hi Lavanya. Great. Okay, so YouTube viewers, any questions for me? Instagram viewers, any questions for me? All right. So, friends, stay tuned. Make sure to follow our HealthQ Rehab page. Also, follow my page. My handle name is Physio Meghna Dave. You can follow me on Instagram. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn so that we can stay connected together and we can have much more mutual information sharing, knowledge sharing, insight sharing together. And we together can grow as a better community. On that note, I'll end this live here and looking forward to see you and share all the updates related to Neurodance on this feed. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. And